point of interest. That means the time from lead inception to closing the sale is much longer, which in turn means that we need to have a completely different strategy for internet prospects versus showroom prospects. Only 18 to 20% of prospects are solely motivated by price, meaning that 8 out of 10 prospects are online for other reasons besides price. Our job is to identify what their wants, needs, and expectations are, and sometimes that isn't enough. After your average internet prospect spends 4 hours online, over 45 days in window period, drills you on your best price and submits a detailed purchase request, over 80% of them wind up purchasing something different from what they requested online. Over 80% of the dealer population does not have a solid process to engage the internet prospect, and there is little or no training from the manufacturers. The internet coordinators, internet sales consultants, or internet directors need to be conditioned for long-term follow-up. Most dealerships don't have a long-term follow-up cycle. They catch the low-hanging fruit. They assume that if they call and email an internet prospect 4 to 5 times and get no response, it must be a bogus lead. The truth is that you might follow up for 3 to 4 weeks with no response, and out of nowhere, prospect calls you back, or better yet, just shows up at your dealership asking to speak to you. You must have a solid standard operating procedure for follow-up. In a later module, we will go over the follow-up process in detail. The takeaway is that even after all the time and energy your prospect puts in researching and communicating online, they still want and need the assistance of a sales consultant in the process. More importantly, if you can build a relationship with your prospect and build value in your dealership, you will be extremely successful with your internet sales department. Keep in mind that the average cost per sale in internet advertising is about $200. The average dealership spends over $550 per car sold for advertising, making the internet the most cost-effective way to sell vehicles. I am confident that this section was an eye-opener and your mind must be filled with ideas on how you can utilize this information to be more successful.